adapted format of cricket that allows accessibility for people with physical disabilities, learning disabilities, people who have hearing loss and/or visual impairment as well, to be able to access and play adapted formats of cricket in small community hubs. As I say, all 39 county boards now have that particular programme running, which has brought several thousand young people into disability care, most of whom for the first time have been able to experience something in a structured format. As well as that, at the similar level, the ECB have an initiative which we call Champions Clubs, which allows cricket clubs, mainstream cricket clubs, to be able to apply to the ECB to become a champion club, where they can demonstrate that they have disabled people playing cricket at the club, either as a separate kind of section or a separate team within the structure of a club, or have an element of disabled people playing integrated within that club.
Sorry, Richard, let me just come in there for a few seconds, please, if I may. I just want to contextualize that for our listeners here in Luton and surrounding areas, that within ourselves, so the satellite club we have at Luton Town and Indians Cricket Club. So if anybody from Luton and surrounding areas wants to join, you are most welcome to come down on a Monday evening between 6 and 7 at our main ground at Warden Park. Alongside that, Richard was talking about different county cricket boards. We have Bedfordshire County Cricket Board, and they have done a partnership with Huntingdonshire, and they call it Cricket East. And that's where my brother Kamal was talking earlier about the hard work that they are doing in ensuring that at a regional level there is disability cricket offered. So Richard, I just wanted to bring that in there. Please continue.
No, that's great. And to be honest, Luton Town and Indians as a cricket club are a great example of exactly that champion club type setup, where the club have been fantastic, and the work they've done around and with people with disability at the club has been outstanding, and that is a really good role model for other clubs to copy. So we have that running, and then so in terms of the pathway, we then start to climb up the pathway a little bit. We then talk about county level disability cricket, which we call it pan disability because we now start to split a little bit. So people with visual impairment have a format of cricket that is totally different to that played by the other impairments. So we have offers of visual impairment county level cricket, but my area is around what we would now term as pan disability, which is physical disability, learning disability, and deaf players playing together in a team at county level. Now the county offer has three different layers effectively. So we have an offer which we call Super Nines or S9 Challenge. So S9 Challenge is a fairly informal introduction for new players who will maybe never have played a structured format of cricket before. For example, Cricket East is a really good example where they have spoken to some of that sort of neighbouring counties like Berkshire and Buckinghamshire, where they would play a festival type a day of cricket where everybody gets to play 2 or 3 games. So that's something that we ECB have some funding for, which we're encouraging those counties to play that. After a year or so of that, where teams start to mature, they then move up to what we call our S9 regional. So S9 regional is structured. It's you're then entered into a regional league. You play round-robin games with neighbouring counties, and the 2 winners, the winner and the runner-up of the league at the end of the season, play a regional final, which again we sponsor through ECB with funding to help that happen. And it's fair to say also at that level on the pathway, at that run of the pathway, we then start to introduce classification into the game. So each player that takes part in that has to undergo a level of eligibility through classification in a similar way that other disabled people would through other, say, Paralympic and non-Paralympic disability sports. We have that in place at ECB at Super 9s regional level and above. For those players that, and I should also mention, obviously, at this stage, that the S9 level, whether it's challenge or whether it's regional, is played with a softer ball. It's played with an incredible, which is a rubber ball. I mean, it's still reasonably hard, but it's not quite as hard as a normal cricket ball. We then have another level that sits above the S9 regional, which we call D40. So it's 40 over cricket played with a normal hard ball, 40 overs a side, and we have four divisions in 2024, where the top division, which we call our D40 Quest, is effectively our highest level of domestic disability cricket that's on offer. The teams in that are very mature, and it's probably fair to say are probably the best of the current teams. There's 8 teams in that. They play each other twice, and the winner becomes the national county champions. The divisions below allow those teams that are new into that competition, and in some cases there are some second teams in there to play round robin divisional games, and then we have semi-finals and a playoff final, which the winner of the playoff final is then invited to play in the Quest. That makes sense. So we have all of that going on, and I think also. It's also, I should say at this stage, that the growth of disability cricket right across all of those areas is phenomenal, to be honest. I mean, for 2024, in terms of the competitions that I've just described, we have a 23% increase in the number of teams coming into the competition from last year, which is a huge amount of increase in 1 year. So some of that will have been because of the work that's done at club level through the Super Ones programs and the Champions clubs, where we're getting more and more people with disability taking part. So therefore, our county competitions have to be structured where they're scalable and can take growth, which is what they can do. Of course, coming along with the growth in the number of teams is also the increase in the number of players who are registering to play those as well. And already, I mean, our database of players that are registered to play in our county competitions numbers around about 12 to 1,300 people. And since the end of last season, I was looking at my database the other day. We've already registered another 200 players who are new to our game coming in for this season. So things are looking really good. Really good.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for that, Richard. Now, for listeners who might have just tuned in, you are listening to SEND in the Community, which stands for Special Education Needs and Disabilities in the Community, with me, Mohammad Umar, and I am joined by Richard Hill, MBE, who is the competitions manager for England Wales Cricket Board, and we are discussing opportunities for people with disabilities to participate in cricket from grassroots level right to the very top. Richard has very kindly gone through the different formats, and we've just about mentioned the national competitions. And then, Richard, the Disability Premier League, which I think was a new initiative a couple of years ago. Tell us a bit about that, please.
Yeah, sure. So in terms of our structure, we have recognised for a number of years that we needed to create a platform for players who have played at our county level, for them to be able to move into our international squads. So we currently have 4 England disability teams, one for each of the impairments, but we also recognise that the step up for players who aspire to play at that top level has been too big and too difficult for players to make. So we tried a number of schemes over the years and have now settled on what we are calling our Disability Premier League. So the Disability Premier League is effectively a franchised competition that we invite 64 best disabled players in the country to take part in this competition. They are drafted in to one of the 4 squads. We do a players draft program to enable those players to be selected into the 4 squads. And the 4 squads play over 3 weekends, 3 consecutive weekends later in the year, August, September, a round robin T20 competition. And the 2 winners get to play in a final. And this year, 2024, will be the 3rd year of this competition. And it will also be the 3rd year that the final of the Disability Premier League will be live on Sky Sports.
Fantastic.
In year 1, we were really grateful to have a double header with England women. England women were playing against India women in the evening, and we played in the afternoon at the county ground at Bristol. Gloucestershire's county ground there, which was, I say, the first time that we were live on Sky. Last year we did a similar thing. We had another double header, England versus Sri Lanka, ladies in the evening, and our game was again in the afternoon, and that was at the county ground at Derby. And then this year we kind of feel as though we've kind of stepped up the ante a little bit, because this year's final is going to be on Friday the 13th of September, and it will be at Sapphire Gardens, which is the home ground of Glamorgan, and it's also a double header. The evening game will be England-Australia men in their T20 series, and our guys will be on that pitch in the afternoon. So that's quite a feather in our cap. I think what the DPL has done for us is it's given us so much more traction and visibility within the ECB itself. People within the ECB who are very focused on their particular areas of work, particularly around the professional game, have started to take notice of disability cricket through this. Even though we've been working obviously on disability cricket for a number of years, the DPL has given us a much higher profile. Certainly being televised has done so. The professional game have certainly welcomed us into their arena in terms of a lot of the communications, publicity and marketing that goes on in the pro game. The Disability Premier League is starting to reap some of those benefits as well. And also for the players, there's some real opportunity for the players. Some of the players the playing that are getting noticed. I know that there's at least 3 players that are playing the Disability League in their various regions have been offered the opportunity to co-commentate locally in their areas for BBC through some of the live streaming services for the County Championship. Callum Flynn, who's the captain of the England physical disability team, has done a few stints with BBC Radio Lancashire and BBC TV Lancashire to commentate at Old Trafford. Another one of the lads in Sussex and also in Somerset too. So that they're starting to get quite a good profile. And I think for us the DPL is really important. We do invest in that quite considerably. The product has to be as good as we can get it, not just on the field, but it needs to look right. The branding needs to look right, because we do want to attract more people with disabilities and give them that inspiration and that aspiration to be able to play a lot in that arena.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead. Did you finish what you wanted to say?
No, I was just going to say, also, when I mentioned earlier about the growth in the number of teams that we're having in our county competitions, there is also no doubt that the number of players that are signing on to our county staff has had the DPL has definitely had a positive impact on those as well, because we are seeing players that want to get onto this pathway and increase the numbers there and try to make their claim to play at DPL level and or above. So it's all very positive.
Yeah, brilliant, Richard. Thank you so much for your time. Unfortunately, we are running out of time here. That was Richard Hill, MBE, Disability Cricket Competition Manager, England and Wales Cricket Board, speaking to me for Luton and surrounding areas for our Sunday in the Community Show here on Inspire 105.1 FM. Thank you once again, Richard.
You're very welcome.
Right, okay, that was Richard Hill speaking to me earlier on, and it is very empowering and inspiring to hear the amount of opportunities available around disability cricket. And we are also going to be touching base on other sports available for people with special education needs or disabilities, children, young people, adults alike. And if you would like to have a say or share your thoughts on what cricket has had to say, or any interest you have in accessing sports, or any expertise you might have, please do get in touch with us on Inspire FM. You can contact us via WhatsApp on 07779 481822. That's 07779 481822. Now, I am going to speak a little bit about other opportunities. And here in Luton, we are very, very lucky to have so many additional opportunities. And one of those being Active Luton. Now, for those of you that might have come across Active Luton before, will know that Active Luton run disability and inclusive sports for everybody. And this includes an inclusive sports program across Luton and Bedfordshire for people of all ages with all disabilities. And their aim is to try and get these programs so that they create and support more sustainable opportunities for people with disabilities. And they do work with local partners and associations to encourage people to take part in regular sport and physical activity in a safe, supportive and friendly environment. And they have fitness sessions as well as swimming opportunities accredited at the local accredited gyms at Inspire, and that's Inspire Sports Village, by the way, slightly different to our radio station. The Inspire Sports Village is based over on Hitchin Road, across towards the Hitchin side of Luton, and they also run these sessions at Lucy Sports Park, as well as Lee Manor Recreation Centre. And there is a disabled accessibility and fully trained staff are also available there. And there also is an opportunity for people to be able to participate in physical activities with a whole range of adaptable equipment as well. Active Luton's pools also are all very inclusive. They all welcome swimmers with disabilities. Swimming is a fantastic low-impact exercise for all ages and abilities. There are a number of classes as well as rehabilitation sessions with their Hydra Health team. Inspire Luton Sports Village is also home to the award-winning state-of-the-art pool pod, as some of you might be aware already. It's operated by wristband control. Pool pod helps anyone with mobility issues easily access their pools independently. This new pool hoist is available in both the competition and the community pools. And they have tailored fitness classes for people to stay active at their full of life sessions, such as chair-based fitness. Now, chair-based fitness is something that Luton Central Mosque had introduced a few months ago, which a number of people within our community are able to access and benefit. And it is absolutely fantastic. They actually reach out to the community using the place of worship as an opportunity to do that. And so if you have participated in any of those opportunities, please do get in touch to show your thoughts. This is sent in the community show on Inspire 105.1 FM, and you can contact us via our social media pages on Facebook or on YouTube, or you could WhatsApp on 07779 481822. That's 07779 481822. Our focus for this session is more about disability cricket and what we in Luton have been able to create, and I will be able to share some of those wonderful achievements with you very, very shortly. And before I do that, I will also mention that there are additional sporting opportunities. Riding for the disabled, for example, the Great Gaddesden Centre specialises in offering horse riding opportunities for young people and adults with disabilities. And if anybody is already familiar with special schools, they may well have come across riding for the disabled at Great Gaddesden. And that is something that you could explore through schools. Obviously, there are limited opportunities with limited times, but if you want to try and explore that a bit more, please feel free to contact them. Luton Town Football Club also run disability and inclusive football coaching sessions as well as football training sessions, and that is something that is worth thinking about. There is also Riverside Tennis Club in Bedford, which has been offering disability tennis opportunities for a number of years. That's another opportunity to be able to think about and bear in mind. In a nutshell, whatever your interests are, there are opportunities out there for you to be able to get involved in physical activity. And as I mentioned earlier, I will speak a bit more about disability cricket here in Luton. For those of you that may not be familiar with this opportunity, we run this at Luton Town Indians Cricket Club at our main ground on off Old Bedford Road, which is in Warden Park in Luton. We are two very closely neighbouring clubs. There's Lutonian Cricket Club, which is accessible from the roundabout, and we've sort of tucked away at the top end of Stockingstone Road. If you're going up the hill, you've got to turn right at the lights, and there's the first right on your right, immediately just behind the museum. And we've been running disability cricket for over 10 years now at the cricket club. It came about through a satellite partnership with a special school I was teaching in at the time, and we were able to get guidance from Chance to Shine at the time, and we started off by forging partnerships with other clubs further afield, namely through Cricket Federation for People with Disabilities, who were based in Shropshire at the time. So we travelled far and wide to ensure young people with disabilities were able to experience playing opportunities. After the break, we will be speaking to Mohammad Umar, who is the Disability Development Officer with Cricket East, and we will be talking about how far that journey we've been able to come along on the work he's doing with local schools, special schools, as well as mainstream schools, with the Senkos and specialist SEN units to ensure young people with disabilities continue to enjoy the opportunities. And before I do that, I will let you hear from one of those young cricketers himself, who shares his thoughts about his own disability and awareness. And I think my screen has come up with the reminder about the adverts. We'll play the pre-recorded message after the break then about the young people sharing their opportunity. But if you would like to get involved, as I said earlier, please contact us. You can do this either via WhatsApp or using our social media pages. If you are wanting to contact us via WhatsApp, it is 07779 481822. That's 07779 481822. We are going to be going to a short break very, very shortly. And when we come back, there is a lot more to get through. You will get to hear from some of the young players firsthand on their experience of enjoying disability cricket, as well as from Mohammad Umar, the Disability Cricket Development Officer with Cricket East. We shall please join us very, very shortly. Thank you.
This program will continue after the break. Continue listening to Inspire FM.
Inspire FM.
Inspire 105.1 FM.
You should not make a marriage proposal if another proposal is being considered. You should only go ahead if that proposal falls through.
The airport's growth could be huge for Luton. With more than £1 billion in economic growth and up to 11,000 more jobs, it could change the face of the town for the better.
Luton is one of the poorest towns in the UK. We need all the help we can get.
It's really exciting. It'll put us on the map.
This is a once-in-a-generation opportunity, so let's not miss out.
Add your voice to the thousands supporting the expansion of London Luton Airport. Visit growourairport.org. That's growourairport.org.
Why do Tops Pizza deliver the top pizzas in Luton and Dunstable?
For a start, all the toppings are 100% halal and Tops use fresh dough every day. Then there's the cheese, the highest quality available. And when it comes to food preparation, cleanliness is taken as part of our faith. So that just leaves the taste, choice, and great offers, including buy one, get one free on all medium, large, and extra large pizzas. Tops Pizzas, Wellington Street, LU1 5AA. Order online, topspizza.com or via Just Eat. Download our app or call 01582 72 5000.
For expert legal advice and support, talk with Luton's leading solicitors, Hannah Solicitors. We specialise in conveyancing, wills and probate, family law, immigration and personal injury, legal matters that matter to you. Our experienced legal team are here to help you through every step of the way. Call 01582 329 069. That's 01582 329 069 or click on hannahsolicitors.co.uk. Hannah Solicitors, professional advice with a tailored approach.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sheikh Hafs Al-Ghazi.
My name is Ali Imdad.
My name is Hamza Fletcher.
This is Fatih Safaragich.
My name is Ridwana Walislaha.
This is Naeem Raza.
My name is Dawood Masood.
This is Naveed Aziz.
This is your brother Raheem Jung.
I'm Amir Khan.
This is Lauren Booth.
This is Nabil Abdurrashid.
This is Brother Bona Muhammad.
My name is Nazil Azami.
This is Baba Ali. This is Omar Regan.
My name is Julie Steaky. I hope you're enjoying yourself and keep tuned in to Inspire on 105.1 FM.
Biscard Pharmacy, your one-stop health and beauty pharmacy in Luton, stockist of over 8,000 health and beauty products. At Biscard Pharmacy, we offer a range of services, including health advice and repeat prescriptions for collection and delivery to your home. We also offer a Hajj and Umrah vaccination. Come in and see us and ask about our stop smoking service. We're open 7 days a week till late, including bank holidays. Biscard Pharmacy, 157A Biscard Road, Luton. Call 457709.
The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "There is for every messenger a prayer, and I intend, if Allah so willed, that I would reserve my prayer for the intercession of my ummah on the day of resurrection." Sahih Muslim.
Oh, Hillary, I was going to use newspaper display advertising,
but
it costs £10 per inch.
And that's too expensive.
Oh, indeed it is. I want to sell a 10-foot ladder.
Oh, Roger, invest in an ear-catching advertising campaign on this radio station instead. It's a great way to tell people about your products and service.
For details, click on inspirefm.org, then advertise. From the studios of Inspire FM, the time is now 7:30.
Right, welcome back, listeners. You are live with me, Mohammad Umar. We have we send in the community show at the moment, which is special education needs and disabilities in the community. And before the break, we were talking about opportunities for disability sport with a focus on disability cricket. Now, somebody has sent in a message about a gym. I will just go into that and see if I can bring that up in a minute. I will need to zoom in a bit to the screen, as the message is not very clear on my screen, and I'm sure I'll be able to get that sent to me perhaps another way via phone or something to be able to see that. Thank you so much, Sister Maureen, for sending that, and I will read that very, very shortly. And if I just go back to what I was saying about disability cricket opportunities available in and around Luton. So we were talking about Luton Town Indians Cricket Club with the opportunity towards running the cricket here. So I did say before the break that we would play a short message from one of our young players, and here he comes. He's called Abdal, and he talks about his experience with disability cricket.
Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh. My name is Abdal Habib, and I play for Luton Town Indians Cricket Club and for Cricket East. And I have mild learning difficulties and mild learning disability. And I just want to say, if you have young people or adults with any types of disabilities, bring them forward. It is a great opportunity to have people with disability to play cricket and give them a chance to inspire themselves, to be themselves, to be more active. So my so I want to see people with other types of disabilities to come forward in a game of cricket, any type of sports, anything. Bring them forward and have people have people with any types of disability succeed in life. And just want to say, giving people any types of disabilities, giving them that kind of a chance to be themselves.
Thank you so much, Abdal. That was Abdal talking about his experience of disability cricket at Luton Town Indians Cricket Club. And of course, we are going to be hearing very, very shortly from Mohammad Umar, who is the Cricket East coordinator for disability development. And that covers Bedfordshire and Huntingdonshire. And the work he does it involves going into schools and encouraging schools to sign up towards having opportunities to provide access to cricket in a very inclusive manner. Now, before I do that, just a reminder that if you would like to get involved, please feel free to send in your messages either via our social media page or via WhatsApp on 07779481822. That's 07779481822. And we will now hear from Mohammad Qamar about his hard work around developing disability cricket in schools. I am now delighted to be joined by Mohammad Qamar, who is the Disability Cricket Coordinator for Cricket East. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to you.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
And
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
And thank you for joining us. It's an absolute pleasure having you with us. So tell us a bit about your role, please.
So I'm a Disability Development Officer for Cricket East. I cover from Bedfordshire and Huntingdonshire, parts of Huntingdonshire, including Peterborough. We do a school cricket delivery. We do two forms of cricket: is tabletop cricket and softball cricket. And any schools that sign up to our program will get 12 hours of free coaching. So we provide coaches, and I call myself as well to deliver certain schools. We also offer after-school clubs. We call them as hubs. So I'm currently running 2 hubs in Luton, and 1 in Bedford and 1 in Peterborough.
So tell us a bit more about the 2 hubs in Luton. Where do they take place?
Well, in the winter months, we were running at Choney Boys School on Tuesday from 6 till 7. And on Monday evenings, we were at Luton Sixth Form College. And at the moment, we're just coming out to do outdoors. Unfortunately, the weather has not been very good on Mondays and Tuesdays, and having to cancel our both last 2 week sessions because of the heavy rain. So we will be doing the Monday session at Luton Indians Cricket Club from against same time 6 to 7 p.m. It'll be outdoor. We'll be doing various activities and finish off with a game of cricket. And on Tuesdays, I am liaising with one of the new disability centres opening up in Luton, and hopefully, inshallah, we'll set up very soon. The centre is almost complete now and ready to go. I'm hoping by next week we'll have something going there as well.
Brilliant. So in terms of your work with schools during the day, tell us a bit about that, please. How does that work? So if there was a school that wanted to sign up, what do they need to do?
Yeah, basically we have a link that we send each school to sign up to Lord's Taverners program. School delivery is called basically program delivery. So each school that signs up to that, I get notification from Lord's Taverners. It is in my region. So basically my region will be Cricket East. So I will then email the school and ask them, so what is the best time and date for them? And then I'll go and do I'll do a taster session and see how they find it. If they think, yes, this is something that we love, which is 90% of the schools do, then I arrange a weekly session at the school. We play tabletop cricket, and also we play softball cricket, which is mainly we play in pairs. tabletop cricket. I've just done 2 major competitions, one at county level, one at regional level, and I am absolutely pleased to share with everyone that our regional team has made it to the national finals.
Brilliant.
Chiltern Academy today has won the regional finals clean sweep.
Fantastic.
And they will be playing at Lords for the national finals on the 27th of June.
That is wonderful. Congratulations to you and to Chiltern Academy. That is superb.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And just to reiterate, so this offer is open to all schools because Chiltern Academy is a mainstream secondary school, and you are able to liaise with the PE department or the SEN department to ensure young people with SEN in mainstream schools are able to participate.
Yeah. So what's happening? Basically, this program is for SEND. Well, your program is basically SEND, FCND. So every school now, there is no specific school that just only mainstream. Every school now has a SEND unit. Certain schools, they have from moderate to minor students with their learning difficulties and able-bodied. Other schools, like, for example, Lady Zia Werner or Woodlands, who have sometimes severe learning difficulties.
Yeah, because they're special schools, so
we also accommodate them for that. Tabletop cricket was designed actually for the people in the wheelchairs, but actually it's now very common with the people with the learning difficulties, and they thoroughly enjoy this.
Brilliant. So let's go back to that a bit more. I know you're talking about mainstream schools and how they can be involved as well, and then special schools. So your work in special schools, like some of the schools you mentioned, the Woodlands, it is Warner, Richmond Hill, etc. What will a typical session look like, and how long will it last when you go into schools?
Again, it's all depending on the people that come in. One of the brilliant setup I've seen in all 10 schools is one of the schools I delivered where a teacher who, because they had the children who had basically attention level of less than 2 minutes. So what she did was to maximize opportunity for the participant, she divided them into the groups and have a 10-minute slot for each group of 4. So they will come in a group of maximum group of 4, and they will enjoy the cricket. And then after 10 minutes, we'll change to the next group. Then moving on to the next school I visited, I only done 2 classes. So what I'll do is half an hour in one class. I'll do with them tabletop cricket. So we go in a merry-go-round. Everyone faces 6 balls. Everyone bowls 6 balls and rotate in sort of clockwise. Same thing I've done with another school where their children, although they mainly had physical and learning difficulties, and mostly of their children that participated in tabletop cricket were wheelchair bound. So for them, what we did was we divided them into 2 groups of 10s. So they would play against each other, and it was like fascinating for them because they were playing as a match. So it was a great opportunity. That school, when I first started it, one of the girls said, "I hate cricket. I don't want to be part of the cricket. I don't like cricket." And I said to her, "Okay, let's do the first session. If you enjoy it, then you can come back and see." And absolutely to my amazement, she remembered my name. She would call out every time as soon as I go there. Right? Oh, I love cricket. This is the last word. Even the last time when I finished the cricket with them, how are we going to miss you now?
Excellent. So each session that you run at a school, it lasts roughly an hour or so. Is that right?
Yes. Obviously, you got to look at it. If we try to make it longer, it will become very boring for the children.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Sorry, I'm
so 1 hour session for me works perfectly and works perfectly for the SEND people.
Yeah, the reason I asked that is because when the schools are thinking about having a slot in there, about an hour will tie nicely to more school day timetables. And then you said in total you run how many sessions for the schools?
12. It's all dependent on schools. We are allowed to give 12 hours free coaching.
Okay.
So if some schools have decided, okay, they will have 6 weekly 1 hour sessions of tabletop cricket, and then when the weather gets bad, they want to have 6 hourly weekly sessions on softball cricket. So we did some schools. We already done our 12 hours already. So now new schools that I've signed up, I've got more schools signing up, and as we speak, I've got one new school that signed up in near Bedford. So I will be going into that school again. The list they sent to me is about 30 children. So I asked them that the maximum I want is about 10. So she went back and decided, okay, let's have 3 groups and half an hour each. So I will be working in that school with 10 children, maximum 10 children, and then we'll do that will come to an hour and a half. So basically, we're allowed to give 12 hours of free coaching each school, and then if they want further, I also do teacher training. I coach teachers to learn my lessons and the cricket. And most of the schools in Luton, I have a couple of schools that when I've done first couple of sessions, they said, thank you very much, and now we can manage it. We'll call you if we need it further. But they also participated in my competition, which is great.
Wonderful. Now, I'm just going to reiterate what we are doing for anybody that might have just tuned in now. You're listening to Inspire 105.1 FM. This is the Send in the Community show. SEND stands for Special Education Needs and Disabilities. Our focus this week is on disability sport with a particular emphasis on disability cricket, simply because it is the start of the cricket season. Some friendly matches have already started from last weekend. Others are going to be happening this weekend, as well as some leagues games starting. And without shadow of doubt, we want to make sure that young people with disabilities continue to experience cricket. So our focus really, for majority part of this session, is around disability cricket. I am joined by Mohammad Umar, who is the Disability Cricket Development Officer with Cricket East. If you want to have a say or ask anything, please WhatsApp us on 07779 481822. That's 07779 481822. And we will be able to share your thoughts and answer any queries or questions you might have around disability sport, particularly with cricket. So now, continuing with that theme of cricket, for those of you that don't know, I manage and coordinate disability cricket at Luton Town Indians Cricket Club. And we're in the process of finalising our friendly fixtures for the forthcoming season. But I'll go back to Mohammad Umar again, who will talk a bit more about what they are doing in terms of the fixtures from Cricket East for this season. So if you could talk a bit about that as well, please.
Yes, we have a quite busy period coming up, actually. I'm absolutely grateful to the Luton Indians Cricket Club that they have provided such facilities for us for a number of years. Obviously, my job role just come in for the last couple of years. But we, as you know, started the disability cricket some 10 years ago, and we have grown since then. We are always welcoming new participants. Anyone wishes to join us, please contact either yourself or myself. Our details are on the LTICC website and also can be obtained from Inspire FM. And what the current fixtures, we've already had one Super One festival at Hertfordshire, where our Luton Indians Cricket Club, together with Cricket East, participated and enjoyed really well. Now, in return, we have a fixture of Super 9. Super 9 is the ECB pathway to Premier League cricket, but this year we're only going to be playing friendlies. We got a match coming up on the 12th of February. By some match again, it's going to be a festival type at Northants. We will not be playing at Northants County Ground this time. We'll be playing at another cricket club locally, where there'll be other counties as far as Staffordshire taking part, and Berkshire and Buckinghamshire and Hertfordshire. Also, we in return now have a festival plan in the May half term and end of May at our Luton Indians Cricket Club. Again, everybody's welcome to join and see and come and see what we're doing. Again, this festival will be a county festival where we'll be playing against Hertfordshire, Berkshire, Buckinghamshire, Northamptonshire, So probably we're going to be playing 10 overs a side or something again. And then following that week, we got our schools Super Ones competition. Then we have also a schools games organizer, what you call them SGOs. Their festival on 6 from college. Then I have another festival at Campson Hammers Cricket Club, which all the St. schools around Bedford, Central Bedfordshire will be attending. That again will be a dynamo type Super Ones cricket. So the disability cricket has taken off, and it's very busy season coming up for us this season.
Brilliant. And just to reiterate that all this is planned for this summer. So, I mean, the summer is pretty much here. We're really talking from the next couple of weeks onwards. And I think the key to remember is if you are interested, please pop down to Luton Town Indians Cricket Club. Our main home ground is at Upper Wardown, accessible through Old Bedford Road. And there all the details can be found. We are there training on a Monday evening from 6 o'clock onwards. You are more than happy to just pop down and ask either for Mohammad Umar or Mohammad Umar, and you will be signposted towards us. We are usually out on the main playing field itself, training there, and also if you want to be participating and traveling and making friends a bit further out of Luton, as we mentioned, there are opportunities there. And I think just before you go, if you could just share your email address and your work phone number, please. I think that would be brilliant for people if they want to contact you directly.
I can be approached. Excuse me.
Sorry, I think you called
Mohammed.Kamar@cricketeast.co.uk. That's my email, is Mohammed.at@cricketeast.co.uk.
Sorry, we lost you there for a couple of seconds. If you could just spell out your email address, please, that would be good.
Mohammed@cricketeast.co.uk.
Thank you so much.
And my work phone number is 07375325705.
Yeah, and just repeat that once more, please. The telephone number.
It's 07375325705.
Thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure having you with us, and we wish Cricket East all the best for the forthcoming season.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
So that was Mohammad Umar from Cricket East talking about his role as the Cricket Development Officer for Cricket East and the amazing work he is doing. And for anybody who might have missed the start of his interview, he actually offers free opportunities for schools to have free coaching during school time. And if you are wanting to find more information about that, I think he's pretty much fully booked for this forthcoming cricket season, but you can certainly start booking slots for the next school term. But regardless, why not drop him an email on mohammed.qamar@cricketeast.co.uk. That's mohammed.qamar@cricketeast.co.uk. We had a message earlier from Sister Mariam saying, Salam, is there any gym which is suitable for special needs who have anxiety, noise, sensitivity, and can't take busy and noisy environments? The heavy weights, noise, banging on floor scares my son, and the active Luton gyms are always busy. If there could be a special session once a week, that would be good. Sister Mariam, thank you so much for getting in touch. I will certainly be raising that with Active Luton to see what they do. What I do know is they have disability sessions within their timetable. And if you want to contact them and ask that very question, which I will be posing to them as well, they can be reached on 01582 256 000. That's Luton 01582 256 000. And I think that is a really, really important question. I'm not sure if any of our listeners have already been able to overcome that barrier. If you have, please do get in touch with us on WhatsApp on the number 07779481822. That's 07779481822. And I think we just want to make sure that all individuals, regardless of their disability, are able to access sport and, more importantly, physical health and fitness throughout our town and surrounding areas. And I will go back a bit to what Richard Hill MBE was saying earlier about the national offer for disability cricket from England and Wales Cricket Board. That covers all the regions throughout England and Wales. So all the different counties have had the similar setup to what Mohammad Umar was talking about there. They have a disability development officer appointed who will work with local schools and the local community, including the established cricket clubs. There is a cricket champions opportunity available as well. So if your local club isn't currently offering any disability cricket, you can ask them. If you are close to Luton, as I said earlier, by all means, please feel free to come down to Luton Town and Indians Cricket Club. The message from our director of cricket, Luton Town Indians, Subhash Karawandra, who could not join us in person for this session, was very clear, and he wanted me to reiterate this message. He said that please let all the listeners know that we are a very inclusive club at Luton Town Indians Cricket Club. We offer opportunities for everybody, regardless of ability or background, and the joy that disability cricket brings to us as a club is second to none. Just watching those young people enjoying cricket at their ability level, being able to participate and seeing them in the medals and trophies at the end of last season was absolutely amazing. Yes, and we thank you, Subhash, and also the club as a whole. As I said, over a decade ago, we had this initiative to try and develop disability cricket here, and the rest is history. We have gone from strength to strength, and any young people or adults with special education needs and disabilities who want to be participating in disability cricket are most welcome. And I'm going to now let you hear from another one of our participants who was one of our founding members back in 2013 when we first started disability cricket. And I'll just bring up this pre-recorded short interview with him. Please listen to this as well. This is a young cricketer with disabilities talking about his experience.
My name is Azhar. I am 29 years old and I have Down syndrome. I like to play cricket because I like bowling and playing captain.
So there you are. That was Raz, who has Down syndrome and thoroughly enjoys playing cricket. And before we started disability cricket here at Luton Town Indians Cricket Club, there was no such opportunity. And Raz over the years has travelled throughout the United Kingdom and being able to experience playing cricket at some of the most prestigious venues, including Lord's, Old Trafford, Swaledwick, and Headingley. So, as well as many other amazing clubs, including Colwyn Bay in North Wales and Newport in South Wales. So, and that's just some of the kind of opportunities we've been able to offer here. And going forward, we're into the last 60 seconds, and just to give you heads up for next week, we will be talking about adult social care in Luton and surrounding areas. Again, the overall offer will reflect different parts of England, and I will be joined by the portfolio holder for adult social care in Luton, Councillor Fatima Begum, as well as other keynote speakers from around Luton who do amazing work to ensure adults are able to fully access the social care offered. Today, again, just to recap, we're talking about disability cricket and disability sport. We will try to focus on different disability sports in the near future. And my name is Mohammad Umar. I'm the Disability Cricket Coordinator at Luton Town Indians Cricket Club. And we would very much welcome you on a Monday evening from 6 to 8 p.m. Please do join us. If not, continue to listen to our show here, still in the community. Thank you so much. Bye for now.
Coming up next, English Talk Series. Continue listening to Inspire FM.